Hello, hi, and welcome to EmpathicFire. I am your reader, Jay. These are going to be general messages for the sign of Cancer in mid-October 2019. Hello, Cancer. How are you guys doing? I hope you're doing well. All right, Cancer. This is Monday, October 21st. This is a little bit past the midpoint of the month, so I apologize for this coming out semi-late. A lot of technical problems last week. Had some hubbub over the weekend that needed to be taken care of, and today I got selected to do jury duty, so that was fun. So my time is going to be a little bit restructured. Maybe there will be some delays in future videos. If you've ordered a personal with me, I'll be in contact if I think I'm going to have to reschedule, but I think I'm going to be okay. Regardless, Cancer, it doesn't have much to do with you. I'm just kind of letting you guys know what's going on in my life, whether you care or not. Anyway, guys, I've shuffled off camera. That is your main spread there. I will shuffle now on camera for your outcome and your overall energy. Once all the cards are out and they're lying face up on the table, that's when the reading begins. Timestamp will be in the description box below if you want to jump ahead. Also down there is the information you need if you want to get a personal reading with me. You may ask me a clarifying question by using the same email address if you're curious about anything before you actually place an order, okay? And yeah, happy Halloween to those who will be celebrating at the end of the month. Hope you guys have a fantastic and fun time if you're doing anything special, okay? All right, guys, let's get into it. I want to see Cancer's outcome for mid-October 2019. Cancer's outcome for mid-October 2019. Please show me. Yeah. That was slightly weird sounding. Anyway, all right, the bottom of the deck is the overall. That was crooked. Let's try that again. Bottom of the deck is the overall energy. There we go, a little bit better. And let's go ahead and flip everything that came face down for you, Cancer. Okay. Oh, Leo just got that as an outcome. With a different deck, but the same position. Interesting. All right, guys, let's get into it. Please show me where Cancer is in mid-October 2019. Cancer in mid-October 2019. Please show me. Okay, yeah. That was interesting. All right, guys. I don't know what that was, but okay. Anyway. Cancer, coming into mid-October, you come in with the Eight of Pentacles in reverse. I'll show you this card upright so you can get used to it. Well, first things first, are you like me? Are you not going to work because of jury duty? I'm kidding. Some of you are not working on something. Some of you are not maybe concentrated in your work. Maybe you're being a little bit lazy. Is that like focusing weird? Okay, I think that's good there. Maybe not. Let's try it up here. Oh, damn it. Anyway, some of you are kind of cutting corners at work. Maybe you're calling out. Maybe you're sick. Could be that. I mean, you might have a valid reason, but I'm feeling like this is like playing away. Like, not playing away in that way. And how could I say it? Just really not being as dutiful in your work as you could be. Okay? Specifically towards work. In a more general sense, Cancer, you're not paying attention to something that needs to be paid attention to. You're not doing due diligence. You're not being concentrated. You're kind of unaware, or you're checked out. Like you're not inspired. You don't feel motivated to do something. Energy, I think, is like mid to low, you know? If to do anything in your day requires like an energy level of an 8 or a 9, you're cruising along at like a 6. You know, it's not a complete wash. You might be doing the bare minimum. You know what I mean? So in terms of like household chores, as an example, maybe you could skip doing the laundry and focus on doing the dishes tonight, and then maybe you'll catch up on laundry in like 2 days or so. When normally, maybe by today or whenever you're watching this, you would have had all of the chores done. You see what I mean? It's like getting some of the things done, getting like the bare minimum done, or if anything, even though I don't think you would be doing this, maybe some of you have the cognizance or the awareness enough to prioritize, like, okay, I can't skip on the laundry because the kids or myself need clean underwear to go to work or go to school tomorrow, so I have to do the laundry today, and then tomorrow maybe I'll do the dishes or I'll do the vacuuming or something like that. You see what I mean? So, and underneath it all, like the undercurrent here for me, it feels like, Cancer, is that like you don't see why you have to do it, or the payout or the payoff or the reward is like so far away, or it's inconsequential, or it's more work than it's worth, is kind of the energy that I'm getting. This is more work than it's worth, and you don't want to put in more work than what something is worth. Most people wouldn't, right? So I think it's coming from a position, or excuse me, you're in a position where you've been working your job for however long you've been working there. You've been at the same place, working with the same people, doing the same thing. And I don't want to make it so that every Cancer is like working a job that they hate. I don't think it's a matter of whether you like or don't like the job. I think it's a matter of nothing new is happening. Because nothing new is happening, why should I put forth as much effort as I have previously? So either you're not moving forward in the job, they're not giving you new tasks to do, you're not being challenged by anything, you're not inspired or money motivated. Maybe you're at a cap. Some jobs, they cap you based on your experience, based on like in government jobs, what are they called? G levels or whatever. If you're a G9 and the next pay grade requires like a PhD or some type of certification, no matter how long you're working there, if you've been working there for 15 years as a G9, you're like, I wish they would promote me. You don't have a certification, you don't have a PhD, you're not going to become a G10. Something like that. Therefore, if you're up against that type of roadblock or that type of hurdle, some of you are just like not motivated to push over that hurdle, or to challenge yourself, or take a certain route to enhance your portfolio or enhance your resume in order to gain the next level of success in your job. Does that make sense? Like there might be a few things you need to do to prove yourself as a viable candidate for another position or a promotion, and you're just like, for what? I've been doing this for this long, who cares? It's kind of like that. I don't know why. This is very work focused at the moment, but if you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. It's kind of how this is. If you're not feeling it, you're not feeling it. And I think, it's heavily work focused because it did start out with the Eight of Pentacles, and Pentacles deals with money and finances and career and all that kind of stuff, right? But that can apply to your home life too, because again, some of you might be having like an existential crisis or a midlife crisis. You're like cleaning up your kids' toys, you're running them a bath, you've got, dinner in the oven and all this other kind of stuff. And I'm not trying to give anybody an excuse here or trying to totally sympathize with someone, but it feels like a few of you are going through this. I'm however old, 25 years old, 38 years old, 54 years old, whatever. And this is what my life is. And you're looking at your life, trying to pull yourself back. And you're looking at your home life, the kids, the chores, the dinner, the bills, all that shit. And you're just like, why do I do this? Why do I do this? What am I getting by doing all of this? Now, of course, you're raising a family. You're keeping a roof over your kids' heads. You're a productive member of society instead of being like a drug dealer in the street or something like that. Those are like grand questions, but I think some of you are coming at it from like a really philosophical, spiritual mindset of, why am I doing this? Am I meant to be someone's mother or father, right? Am I meant to be the breadwinner in a family? Am I meant to be living in this city or in this country or something like that. There's a lot of questioning as to why am I doing this, or why am I putting this much effort into that? Is that what I need to do? Something is being questioned here. And I'm going here immediately, but let me double check. Yeah, thank you. So whatever you have been doing, or you getting to this point of questioning and analyzing, or really trying, maybe not analyzing, let me take that back, not analyzing, but you're questioning and some of you feel really clueless, like you're thinking and you're trying to come up with a reason, and you might be a little despondent and say there is no reason. It's just the way life is, and I'm just a cog in a big machine, and I have to do my part, and I have to run on this hamster wheel, and you're kind of resigning to the fact that this is all my life could be. Now, I'm not trying to say that you having a family and a job, or doing, the typical, Western, path in life, go to school, get a job, get married, have kids, raise those kids, pay down your mortgage, blah, 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 blah. Like that's the prescribed way of living in Western worlds and other societies and cultures as well. Some of you are like resigning to, well, I guess that's just what I have to do. And it's not to say that the opposite or something so drastically different is better, but you thinking about that and you kind of being dismayed or disappointed or underwhelmed, uninspired by that reality or that notion that this is what your life is, tires you out. 9 of Wands tires you out. Now, oftentimes the 9 of Wands can indicate, well, not oftentimes, let me take that back. It can sometimes indicate some type of combative nature, or something that you've been fighting for, something that you've been really staunchly defending, right? That could be here too. So you might have had arguments with your spouse, you might have had arguments with your family members, you might be having arguments with your kids, your teenagers at home. Like, I've raised you for 15 years and this is the thanks I get. Why can't you just clean up your room? Something like that. And it's just like, it frustrates you that you have to stick in there with the situation at hand, or it frustrates you that people don't show you sympathy, or they don't understand how hard you're working, or they don't understand that you are worth more than what you are being paid, something like that. And it's just like, to the breaking point, really, for you, Cancer. Now, interestingly enough, well, not interestingly enough, but when I picked this card up and I looked at this guy's mouth, his little Charlie Brown frown almost, right? You're sad. With the 9 of Wands, often there's like a resilience in it. I don't feel much resilience here. I don't, because it can go both ways, or two things can exist at once, and it's kind of this weird, it's almost like a marriage of a contradictory energy, right? Where sometimes the 9 of Wands is resilient. It's like, yeah, I'm going to push through. I can hang on. I got a little fight left in me. I got a little bit left in my gas tank. And you kind of, build yourself up. It's like that moment in Rocky where Rocky, and I always mention Rocky. I've seen that movie like twice in my life. But anyway, in Rocky, where he's down on the mat and then he sees Adrian out there. She's like, get up, Rock, or whatever. And he like bolsters his courage. He bolsters his energy to get up and win the fight, right? That's that movie. That's that moment in the movie. That often exists here in the 9 of Wands. You don't have the Rocky moment. I don't feel it. I really don't feel that you have this Rocky moment in you. I really feel that you're like, roll credits. Let the theater out. This movie's over. And not in a sense of like you're going to up and quit your job, or you're going to go leave your family and screw off on your responsibilities. And no. It's more of like like I said, this is my role in life. This is who I am. This is where I live. This is what I do. And let me just become comfortable with the inane or mundane or repetitive and unfulfilling nature of my life. Some of you are really like, I better embrace my mediocrity and like it. And I don't know. I don't know where that's coming from. I don't know why you're Cancer. And I don't take offense to that, because that's a very blanketed statement. Every Cancer is going to be unique. You're going to have different parts of yourselves based on your birth chart, based on your life experience, based on your working with spirituality and metaphysical things and esoteric things. It's all going to be different. But as a general vibe, as this is a general reading, Cancers tend to retreat into what they know, retreat into safety, retreat into what is predictable. Crabs, if you think about them, are not adventurous sea-living creatures. They're not a shark. They're not a barracuda. They're not even a sea turtle that goes, cruising down the reef. Or what? Yeah. Right? Isn't that what sea turtles do? Don't they? They travel. I mean, these fucking sea turtles, they come onto the... Well, I guess crabs come onto the beach too. But anyway, a crab usually is on the seafloor, walking slowly, hunkering down in the moment of danger. There isn't like much for, and I could be wrong. I'm not any type of scientific animal person at all. What do you call them? Zoologists, biologists, things like that. But I just get this sense from you, Cancer, that where other creatures or other people might have a fighting spirit, many of you have this natural tendency to say, you know what, I don't want to fight. You know what, okay, I'm on the mat. Sorry, Adrian, ring the bell. It's a knockout. I'm not getting up off this mat. There's nothing left in my tank. And again, that's not always what I get with the Nine of Wands. But in your case, with this Charlie Brown frown on his face, you definitely are trying to be like, you know what, count me out. And I understand. As much as I'm not able to understand personally, because I always have a little fight left in me, I sometimes fight too long. But I also understand that if you've been doing something for a long time and it's unfulfilling, or you're stuck in your job, you're capped at a certain earning potential, or you're capped at a certain level in management, or something like that, or in your family you feel not disrespected. I don't want to say disrespected, but maybe you feel underappreciated as the mom or the dad in the household. Or you could be the kid in the household. You could be, an older brother or an older sister who takes care of your younger siblings because your parents are, not the greatest. Whatever your situation is, but in your home and or your work life, if you feel underappreciated, undervalued, not recognized, not able to progress, not able to flourish, not able to expand yourself, and you're kind of kept in this little box, I can understand. Well, it's proven that the box has got me good. The box is really messing me up. Not messing me up, but it's really got me. There's nothing I can do. If you've tried to get out of that box, if you've tried to break free, if you've tried to prove yourself, if you've tried to make a case that I deserve more respect, I deserve more money, and they hit you with the, well, you need this type of certification, you need these types of degrees, or maybe your boss is just a dick, and they know you deserve the promotion, but they're not going to give it to you because they play favoritism with someone else. Whatever your situation is, Cancer, if you're getting a bunch of, this is just like a Charlie Brown, like a Charlie Brown effect. That kid has bad luck. If you're not familiar with what I'm talking about Charlie Brown from the Peanuts characters, or Peanuts cartoon strip. Also now, movies and all TV shows and all that kind of stuff. He's a cartoon icon, really. But that kid has bad luck. Not much works out for Charlie Brown. And when it does, it comes after like a series of failures. He has to like lose up until like the third act. And then in the last 10 minutes, something will miraculously come together for Charlie Brown. But goddamn if he wasn't suffering for the previous 40 to 50 minutes of the movie, right? So that's what you're doing, Cancer. You're like Charlie Browning. And I don't want to laugh. I'm laughing at my own description of Charlie Brown. I'm not laughing at you, okay? So what else is going on here? Yes, so there's someone around you. Or maybe it's you. Maybe it's you. Is it you? No? Okay, thank you. They shut me down. No. So there's someone nearby. Empress. Major Arcana Empress. Secondary Major Arcana for Taurus and Libra. You might be dealing with one of those signs, but you don't have to be. But there's someone around you I'm feeling like a friend, a relative who's not immediate, so like a cousin or an aunt or an uncle, grandparent, something like that, a friend, maybe somebody at work that you know of, but you don't know them, like a work acquaintance. And this person is just balling. Maybe monetarily, doesn't have to be balling strictly with money, but they are just really amazing. And you admire them, and you see them, and you. I'm not sure how close you are with this person. I feel you have the potential to be closer with this person, but either you or they you haven't made that connection yet. I don't feel that you know them well enough to go up and say, hey, I'm going through a really hard time in my life right now. Can you help me? Whether or not you'd actually be inclined to ask this person for help, I don't know. But it doesn't feel like you have that rapport where you can just go to this person and like lean on them. Even like, just have like somebody to like vent to. This is not someone, it's not a friend, it's like an associate, like a friend of a friend. Oh, you're Chelsea's best friend from college, right? It's like that kind of thing. It's not, oh, Chelsea told me, or, you know what I mean? It's not like that. We have an in with each other. It's like you have an in with this person through another person, okay? Now, they're very secure. They're very confident. They're probably, in some case, well, not probably, but in some cases, they will be attractive, very attractive. And they're just someone like that. That's so weird because I don't even think that happens, but they're showing me somebody, I don't know why they're showing me this. They're showing me somebody who has like a lot of like, what most people would call fireflies, where I'm from, we call them lightning bugs, but a lot of fireflies like around them, like almost like a Snow White kind of thing. Like a Disney princess where all the woodland characters come to her door and she's like, ha, 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 and all that shit. Like this person is alluring, or they have an energy about them that's so sweet. They might not be a sweet person, but there's something about their energy, their aura, that is very sweet, like a nectar that people come and they feed off of their energy in a positive way, because I don't feel that this person is in danger of being like hit up by a narcissist or like an energy vampire. This person is like well protected in terms of in a spiritual term. Like they might not even know they do this, and they're protected in that way. Sometimes your ignorance is a protection. If you don't know that you have this charming or alluring or calming and soothing nectar type energy about you, and you're unaware of that, it just happens and flows from you naturally, then you're already kind of protected by energy, or protected from energy vampires and narcissists, because you're unaware of your own power. Now, if this person is aware of their power, they're still protected, but they have to be a little bit more, cautious of how they proceed, because they're looking for the narcissist and the vampires, right? Anyway, what's the point here? Some of you might like this person in a romantic sense. If you're single, maybe they're single and you're like, oh my God, I have a crush on them. Maybe. I think for you, Cancer, this is like something here for you wants to connect with them, but I don't know what you would want. Maybe, like I was saying, they have a natural nurturing ability to them. They have like this nectar, this healing or very comforting energy that maybe that's it. Like you're stressed, right? In your regular life, home life, family life, work life, whatever, or all of it together. And you seldom see this person. You see them in the coffee room or coffee break room. You see them, maybe you go over to your best friend's house and like that's like their roommate, and you see them sometimes because this roommate lives their own life. Maybe this, like I said, is a cousin of yours that you see sometimes. Maybe you have like family dinners on the weekend and you see your cousin there sometimes. You seldom see them. And when you do see them, this effect, hold on, I'm going to sneeze, I think. Hold on. Okay, I did not sneeze, but I did want to catch myself just in case. Now, you seldom see this person. When you do see them, like, you feel so much better. They ease your anxiety, they ease whatever tension that you feel. They, like, calm you down, they make you laugh. If you have a crush on them, you just like looking at them and you like, fantasizing about them, whatever. it's not a barrier. I don't feel that there's a barrier here, but I do feel as though there isn't a direct connection between you two. And I don't know why I'm so fixated on a direct connection, because I don't know if you're uninspired and finding it difficult, or resigned to the fact of, well, I'm just going to live this regular mundane life and, you know, not really aspire for more, or I'm too frustrated right now to aspire for more. I'm not really sure what the connection with this person would do for you. If you, okay, got it. Thank you. They're like, this is exactly why. The reason that you would want to be connected with them, Cancer, is that you think they would wake that part of you up, or they would be able to give you insight or advice or inspiration or some type of motivation to get yourself up off of the ground, dust yourself off, and get out there and get after it again. So unfortunately, Cancer, what I'm getting is that you're kind of outsourcing your own workload, because this is an issue with yourself. This is an issue with you. It has nothing to do with this person or external people. It's with you. Going back to the Rocky analogy, it would be like Rocky lays down on the mat and Adrian's outside the ring saying, Rocky, get up, Rocky, get up. And he's like, yo, Adrian, come in here and fight my fight for me. No, she's not the trained boxer. You are. She's not the hero of the movie. You are. You're the hero of your own life, Cancer. So I understand that maybe this person could be an inspiration to you. Maybe they could have good advice, or they'd be able to mentor you. But to actually get the work done, you have to do it, right? Because again, we started here with the 8 of Pentacles in reverse. You're not really working. And again, I'm not trying to call you out. I'm not trying to call you lazy or something like that. But you're really not putting in the effort the way you need to. She or he, it doesn't really matter, it's a general reading. This Empress character, they might point that out to you, or they might give you a leg up in some ways. Maybe they'll assist you. Like maybe you just need someone to like maybe you just need like a weekend away from the house. So maybe this is like a cousin or a friend of yours who's like, I'll babysit the kid. Sure. You need to go away. You need to get out of town for a weekend. Perfect. I'll do it. They'll babysit your kids. Fine. This person might be able to do you a solid, but they're not going to be able to do you a solid every single time you get in this mood, or every time you find yourself at a roadblock, you know? So if there is a fix here that comes from this person, it will be a temporary fix. Okay? Found a card in your main spread is the 6 of Pentacles, so that's fair. 6 of Pentacles is about fairness. It is about reciprocity. It is about charity, and helping others when they're in need. So this Empress character, again, is in a position to do that. But then, you know, at some point you'd have to pay that forward, or you'd have to show, well, you don't have to do anything, guys, of course. But it would be beneficial if you showed some type of appreciation for it, right? By paying it forward. So not to say that this is about money per se, or about status, so that when you become CEO of whatever company, or you become the head of VP, or the head of finance in whatever, that you suddenly now go down to the mailroom and like, I'm going to promote one of you guys to mid-level manager. No, that's not how this works. It's more of the energy of it, the exchange of goodwill, right? If this person does you a solid by babysitting your kids or giving you a small loan, like I said, they might have money. They might have that ability to do that for you. It's not to say you have to pay or give someone else a loan. Make good on what you did here. This person says, oh, you need $1,000? I got you. Can you pay me back by the end of the year, or can you pay me back by whatever time? And you agree to that, make sure you pay that person back. If this person does you a solid by babysitting your kids, maybe you promise, you know, them to help them, you know, clean out their garage, or help them with a garage sale in exchange, you know. Whatever the barter is, whatever you agree to do, make sure you fulfill your end of the bargain, is what that 6 of Pentacles is about, yeah? And then there's something about that act of giving, or that act of reciprocal giving, that will re-inspire you, okay? Because again, what we talked about over here, it just feels like you lost your fight. The fire went out and you have like no give a damn about anything. But either being around this person or having a specific interaction with them or a specific exchange in goods or services with this person will reignite that. Many of you, I just feel it's like a friend of a friend, or like a relative you see ever so often, or somebody who works where you work and you know them, but you don't really know them. In very few cases, this is someone you're interested in dating. I wouldn't worry too much about the romantic element of it. Just being friendly with them, just having a rapport with them would really be beneficial to you. Okay? Outcome. Why is that flashing like that? Is this about to die? Oh. All right, Cancer. I was right. It was about to die. All right, guys. So in your outcome, you have the Six of Wands. All right. Like I said at the top, this came out exactly for Leo. They had the Six of Wands outcome, so that was a little interesting. I don't know if you're working with a Leo or there's a Leo of significance in your life, but that's just a small little overlap. Now, similar for them, you have this victory coming in, or some semblance of success, some semblance of feeling accomplished, feeling victorious in some type of way. I think maybe this could be the victory, a personal victory. All right. So it could be the revitalization of your spirited nature. It could be sort of like what do you call that? Where they go clear and they do the chest paddles. Like, oh, I forget what that's called, but you know what I'm talking about, like from a medical show or something like that. And it literally could be like a shock to your system once you have the weekend away with your friend or whoever babysitting the kids, or you have a small loan given to you that will pay down some of your debt, and now you can finally start to wiggle out of a tight jam financially, whatever you're in need of. Yeah. Once you get that, maybe, because it's tarot, guys, it's not science, okay? You will begin to see sort of the light at the end of the tunnel, or you'll be able to see how your circumstances can turn around. I think over here you're feeling quite defeatist. You're feeling really like there's no hope. There's no reason to fight. I have no will to fight. I have no inspiration or dreams worth fighting for. And then something happens where maybe you begin to see or be able to contemplate a dream again. Something that maybe you put down, something you've never thought of before, or something that you've never really imagined for yourself now becomes closer to a reality. It seems more plausible. All right. In terms of like where I mentioned briefly, where you might have been having troubles at home with your family, your kids specifically, not that there are children here at all. I mean, maybe with the Empress because she's fertile, but this Six of Wands could be you and someone you're not getting along with kind of coming to an agreement, or kind of clearing the air, and now you just feel less tense, because that's also very much prevalent with Cancers. When you have bad blood between you and another person, or you're at a standoff with a person, or there's just like a breakdown in communication, a breakdown in the relationship, it can really knock the wind out of your sails and really make you feel like you have not much to aspire to, or you have nothing, that you're really good for. Like, I'm good for nothing if I don't have, and I'm not a parent, but I would assume this can happen sometimes. If you and your kids aren't getting along, and you take pride in being a great mom or a great dad, and you and your kids are not getting along, or there's just been difficulty with how you and they communicate, or how you and they get along, right? I can understand how that can make you feel like, I don't know what to do if I'm not a good parent, or if I'm not being appreciated as a good parent, then why am I even doing this, right? Something like that. But if you're able to kind of get over that hump, push through those difficulties, maybe given some some outside assistance, some outside perspective or insight, then maybe you get to the Six of Wands. Yeah. or things between you and your kids, or things between you and your spouse, or whoever, you know, begins to feel a little bit more copacetic, a little bit more, you know, I don't want to say blissful, because I don't take the Six of Wands as being about bliss, but it certainly will put you in a happier spot. Okay? Now, your overall energy, Cancer. Wait, something got in my eye there. Hold on. All right. Overall energy is the Three of Pentacles. So that's kind of what I was just talking about, especially since we started talking about this Empress, where this is about teamwork. This is about collaboration. This is about going to someone who has expertise in an area and really working with them. Now, I just spent a little bit of time talking about kids. And again, I mentioned it earlier. And I did say that this Empress is like an outside person who is abundant, who has a lot of capabilities that would help you in some type of way. And now that I picked this up, they really brought me to this idea of a therapist, or specifically a child behavioral therapist. So I don't know if some of you have children with, you know, ADHD or any other type of issue or problem or condition, but it's something like that. Or, you know, something more, if it isn't specific on the child, then it would be the family dynamic. So this could be a family therapist, or someone who just has some type of, what do you call that? Like, if they're not a therapist strictly, they still could just be a trusted source, like a counselor. So maybe like they're actually, you know, this is just an example. Like maybe your friend of a friend is like a counselor for like addiction, like what do you call those people? Oh my God, I'm blanking. It's wrong. Like a drug special. That's wrong. That's not the title. But they have some background in like general psychology or general, you know, family psychology. Maybe it's not their actual specialty, but they have enough knowledge to give you some like pro tips. That is what happens with this Three of Pentacles, okay? Now, and this involves practicality, right? When we talk about pentacles, these are practical steps and practical things that we do or interact with, physical things or things that we, behaviors that we enact in our physical lives that change things or that affect change. Yeah. It's very, very harmonious. I think you and another person or several other people get to be on the same page about something. So again, if it's not as extreme or as specific as child psychology or child behavior therapy or anything like that, this is you and other people kind of burying the hatchet or clearing the air, clearing up any misunderstandings. This is you admitting, maybe in some of your cases, you know what, I wasn't in the right headspace for this right now. I was feeling really down on myself. I didn't really have an idea of how I could see myself out of a situation, but now I'm in a better spot and I'm ready to rock and roll. Rocky 2, you know? Let's go with the second picture. Let's go with the second movie. Let's see what goes on this time around. You know what I mean? Or maybe you go back and, you know, you finish up the fight in the first movie. So I really feel for you, Cancer, that this is about developing some type of, or revitalizing some kind of self-drive or push or tenacity. And it can be jump-started by somebody else, but please don't look at this outside person as being the cure-all. No. They will be, it's like a pharmacist. The pharmacist doesn't cure you, but the pharmacist has access to the drugs and the medications that can alleviate your symptoms. You go to them for advice, or you go to them to fill the script. They give you the drug or the medication, you take it home and you do the work yourself. You know, you ask them, you know how pharmacists are, do you have any questions about your medication today? Da, 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 da. That's who this person is. They just facilitate, or they're like the person that gives you access to the item or the idea or the event or whatever that's going to help you get out of this funk. Okay? Cancer, that is your mid-October reading. If you liked it, the like button is down below. Please leave a comment below if you want to tell me how this resonated in your life. I love reading those comments. They're oh so fun. And you can also make sure to share this video if you want to tell other people that you like my content. And of course, guys, subscribe. If you are not already subscribed, make sure you hit the notification bell so you see when all the uploads come onto the channel. Now, Cancer, I'm going to be back soon doing your November readings, and then soon after that, your mid-Novembers. I just announced it with Leo. I have to tell everybody else. Maybe I'll make like a general announcement. Or I'm just going to make a post about it. But at the tail end of November, during Thanksgiving week, I have some time blocked off where I'm probably going to do a live reading for all who want to attend. Because it's Thanksgiving and I want to give thanks to people who have been with my channel, who continue to support me. The growth has been amazing. I've met and worked with some really cool people, and I want to continue doing that work. And I just want to give thanks to you guys. So how better to do that than to offer my services, which I do now in a pre-recorded way and a live way. So that if you come into the chat, you ask a question, I'll do some cards for you, okay? So look out for that during Thanksgiving week. And, oh yeah, and of course there was a great response to the no communication reading, so I'll probably do those also at some time in November, or maybe I'll wait till December because, you know, a chick stays kind of busy these days, so it's a lot to do when you work a full-time job at the same time. So, but if you are subscribed and you're here interacting with the channel, I'm sure you will be up on all that information, okay? So again, Cancer, I thank you so much for watching this video tonight. I really do appreciate it. Take care.